This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Two shot, one fatally in Portmore just ahead of curfew. A man was shot and killed and another injured in a gun attack in Portmore, St. Catherine on Wednesday evening. The deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Stanford Betty, otherwise called Brasco, a laborer of Newland Road in Portmore. Reports from the Portmore police are that at about 7:30 p.m., Betty was standing at his gate in the company of another man when they were pounced upon by gunmen traveling in a motor car who opened fire, hitting them. The police were alerted and the injured men were taken to the hospital where Betty was pronounced dead and the other man admitted for treatment. The fatal shooting occurred just half an hour before the start of the 8 p.m. island-wide curfew imposed by government to control a surge in COVID-19 cases across Jamaica. Zoso's extended. Augustown residents can sleep peacefully again. The House of Representatives on Tuesday voted to extend the zones of special operations spread across two parishes for an additional 60 days, with one member of parliament commenting that her constituents can once again sleep peacefully at nights, while the opposition questioned the usefulness of the security measure. Three of the four Zosos, Augustown, Denham Town, and Greenwich Town, are in St. Andrew, while the fourth is located in Mount Salem, St. James. In supporting the motion for the extension that was moved by National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, the MP for Eastern St. Andrew, Favour Williams, noted that prior to the Zoso being declared in July 2020 and the subsequent flooding of the violence-plagued community with the security forces, the elderly went to bed at night not sure if they would be able to get under their beds fast enough when the gunshots start. Many elderly persons have hurt themselves ducking for safety. People can walk freely on the streets of Augustown again, to the bus stop, to the corner shop, or to church, she remarked during her contribution to the debate. Continuing, Williams said, "Coming home at nights, people don't have to be fearful. Taxis don't have to drop persons at the entrance of the community, spin around, then make a hasty retreat. Our children have gotten a reprieve from the gut-wrenching gunshots. Imagine the trauma of the students in grade 6 at the Augustown Primary School, seeing gunmen chasing across the school grounds, firing high-powered rifles at each other. That was the situation prior to the Zoso. Augustown is breathing again, thanks to the men and women of the joint forces who are awake while residents sleep at night," Williams added. Following efforts by residents and the Peace Management Initiative and the other organizations, Augustown did not record a single murder in 2016. However, that was short-lived, as in recent years, warring gangsters have been trading bullets, leaving a growing body count in their wake. For his part, opposition leader Mark Golding, who is also the MP for the equally violence-prone South St. Andrew constituency, which has been battling a recent upsurge in violent crimes, questioned the effectiveness of the Zosos during his contribution to the debate. He noted that the regular 60-day extension granted by the parliament had made them almost routine rather than targeted. The Denham Town and Mount Salem orders have been in effect since 2017, and every 60 days they come here to be renewed. The Greenwich Town and Augustown are more recent, but this is not the first time they are being renewed. We recognize that the Zoso represents an attempt to grapple the phenomenon of high levels of violent crimes, gang-related and otherwise. However, the use of the Zone of Special Operations legislation have been so limited over the 3+ years, Golding stated. The opposition leader argued that the Zosos are concentrated in 4 small communities in a situation where high levels of violent crimes exist in close proximity. For example, in the case of Denham Town, there are surrounding communities which are from time to time impacted by high levels of violent crimes, and they don't have the same level of security that Denham Town has enjoyed. I look forward to this Zoso legislation being upgraded because even the Zoso areas are not immune from violent acts, Golding told the House. Woman charged with stealing from ex accuses him of abuse. A woman has denied stealing money from the car of her ex-boyfriend, who she accused of being abusive and controlling. The accused appeared yesterday before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on a charge of simple larceny, to which she pleaded not guilty. She is accused of stealing US $140 from the complainant's car on October 31, 2020, before their relationship ended. However, the accused denied the allegation and sought to clear her name while accusing the complainant of physically abusing her. He took my car keys, we were in a relationship, and my car, an ad wagon, was being fixed that day, October 31, she explained. She added, after we collected the car, it was night, and I had a party to go to with my aunt, and he told me I wasn't going anywhere. I was in my car and the windows were down when he came over and took the keys out of the ignition. I exited the car and he had his keys in his hand, so I took it. He drives a Mark X and it is not the first time I'm driving it, and I drove to do what I had to do. He's very controlling, and before the relationship ended, there was a lot of verbal abuse and it turned into physical abuse. In response to Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks, she said she never parked the complainant's car anywhere that someone could steal the money from it. I called him and he said that he doesn't want to talk to me, and I said, fine, if you don't want to talk, I'll shut down the car. I can use my phone to shut down the car, so I did it and drove his car to the Constant Spring police station, she said. She is to return to court on March 10, 2021. 329 new COVID cases, 1 death. Coronavirus cases continue to surge in Jamaica, with the island recording 329 new infections from 1,314 samples on Wednesday, according to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The newly confirmed COVID-19 cases bring the total number of cases on record for the island to 18,237. There were also 50 recoveries recorded on Wednesday. 12,456 persons have now recovered from the virus in Jamaica. Meanwhile, there was also 1 death recorded Wednesday. The lone casualty, a 61-year-old male from Westmoreland, bringing the overall coronavirus death toll in Jamaica to 363. Another death of COVID-19 patient was classified as coincidental over the period. Of the newly confirmed cases, 191 are females and 137 are males, with a gender involved in 1 case awaiting confirmation. Ages range from 1 year to 103 years. The cases were recorded as follows: Kingston and St. Andrew 105, St. James 60, St. Catherine 59, Manchester 33, St. Anne 26, Clarendon 16, Westmoreland 10, Hanover 7, St. Elizabeth 7, Portland 3, St. Mary 2, and Trelawney 1. There are 26 moderately ill patients and 18 critically ill patients among the 5,280 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. 27 employees at Mandeville Regional Hospital contract COVID-19. The surge in COVID-19 cases in the central Jamaica parish of Manchester is taking its toll on frontline workers at the all-important Mandeville Regional Hospital, with 27 employees of the theater and high dependency unit at the facility testing positive for the respiratory virus. This has been confirmed by the senior medical officer at the facility, Dr. Everton McIntosh. The SMO, who was speaking Wednesday on RGR's Beyond the Headlines, said the 27 employees who are now out sick make up 30% of the full complement needed to man the high dependency unit. With nearly a third of the staff for the unit unable to work, the hospital has been forced to shut down elective surgical operations. McIntosh said only emergency operations are being performed. Manchester has in recent weeks been at the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic in Jamaica. On January 25, Manchester was placed under a more restrictive 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. special curfew after a sharp rise in cases were detected. However, it does not seem to have had the desired effect as cases continue to mount in the central Jamaica parish. Special curfews were successful in curbing the spread of the coronavirus in the parish of Westmoreland, in Whitfield Town in Lower St. Andrew, and Waterford in Portmore, St. Catherine. The special measure was also successful in the parish of St. Thomas. Meanwhile, the Mandeville Regional Hospital is presently at full occupancy, and McIntosh said another ward is being outfitted to accommodate an additional 16 COVID-19 patients. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.